sadum baby mune. Mon famo di ano men so me baga beba empabo. I won't quit tamerina man. The opesa wo ba me yase no. Na yase na me frantoma. Ubo mi di aya for hene kan. Baby this year, me ya baby this year pa. The opesa wo ba me yase no. Na yase na me frantoma. Ubo mi di aya for hene kan. Baby this year, me ya baby this year pa. Ade amazing, ade amazing. Yase macha wo kwen na so me mpere.
TAPTAP send. Oh, I was my baby, you're from Calabos. The only boss. With oneness, baby, I will be everywhere I day and everywhere they go. TAPTAP send got me covered. For if you need to send money or transfer money from Europe, from Canada, from USA, from UK, any part in Europe, you can send it through TAPTAP send. And guess what? Oceania, they will receive it right here in Ghana and many countries across Africa. So what are you waiting for? Download TAPTAP send now on Google Play Store or App Store. When you download, it's so easy to use. Tell your families, tell your loved ones to download TAPTAP send. Okay? But also, when I receive my money, the other time I would be chilling, like my view, hey, you crazy.
Download TAPTAP send now on Google Play and App Store. TAPTAP send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
A class, we patch out, we did this over here. Tima ento TAPTAP for my say situation na makumu no enye sa na ye pe na ye gidi say seti bia no mobe firm through na bibia be boko now so yeah customers need there in fact enye there but mama ye holiday inti ye be damase for this 1 month holiday ya modi amaye isa say yasuma adwen kakra yenya excuse obi fra the can say TAPTAP for problem so until say problem no be sort na yet me send bibia ma nti da wase for the holiday even though say nya the pay na aba no entity ba nto omo but situation bi amko bia no ye twen say mo beba na ya start to adwuma so say this here no I start with TAPTAP. Thank you.
TAPTAP send papa no
Today has been very, very educative. Today we've learned a lot concerning immigration and traveling, and there's no yes, you'll be able to understand what exactly you need to do when you want to migrate or travel to any part of the world. And thanks to Lawyer Rhoda for making time, traveling all the way to make sure that this program is a success. And we've learned a lot. So I'm very grateful. And I would like this to happen again and again. Thank you.
I attended this conference with a lot of questions, but the lawyer, the attorney, was very patient. All the questions that I asked, she gave me a solid answers to the questions. And then, the questions were plenty, but she gave all the good answers that I was needed. I'm so grateful for her. But looking at the amount of money that I pay for this program, it's way worth it. So I'm very grateful for that.
A very big hello to all our lovely TAPTAP send customers across the world. We appreciate you and we say a big thank you for supporting us and sticking with us all these years. You are the reason TAPTAP send is there, And you will know that right now, you are not able to use TAPTAP Send to send money to Ghana. The reason is that the Bank of Ghana has suspended our local partnerships with banks and financial institutions in Ghana. That means that we are not able to send your money to Ghana right now. This suspension is to do with the wallet product, which we TAPTAP Send launched in the UK and Europe. The wallet product is licensed by the regulators in the UK and Europe. It is legal and is totally compliant with all the regulations. Bank of Ghana, however, have some concerns with the wallet, which we are working really hard to address. So for now, they have suspended our operations in Ghana for up to a month, and we are working to do our very best to reduce that suspension as it stands. I will say though that the wallet product is legal in the UK, like I said. Your money is completely safe and protected by the laws in UK and Europe. So don't worry about your money. If you have money in the wallet, it will still be there when we come back, and it will be safe and secure. This wallet is innovation from us, and we hope that we can resolve this and continue to serve you, the Ghanaian diaspora. What I'll say though is, just like you stuck with us all this time, please stick with us again. Don't send your money through others. Hold the money if you can, and send it in December, because we are coming with big promotions, we are coming with big giveaways, and we are coming with good rates to allow you to send money to Ghana and have more money for your loved ones in Ghana. So please stay with us. Your love help us build TAPTAP Send to where it is right now. Your love and your support will continue to help us come back from these issues and continue to build TAPTAP Send. Thank you very much. We love you from all of the Ghana team. Please keep supporting us. We'll be back soon.
TAPTAP Send. Papa no no.
Another Thursday is here, and we are live on OT Media TV with your servant, Nana Kwame Oseitu. And on Thursday evening like this, it is only one program that everybody have been waiting for, and we are here again. Time with TAPTAP Send. Umpewe edien ebiem ena ope. And then you mean so nyame wa ya domwa kan ho ye hiemu a na ye ba betwetwe enkomo. Dwumadie so ena obeti all the update from TAPTAP Send, all the issues that is going on in the media that you've been hearing, social media. We are here to address all these issues, to give clarity to the issue that is going on around the globe. I mean, now when you go to the internet, everybody is talking about TAPTAP Send. It's an osono nechi eniabwa. One tia me sanka bi osono nechi eniabwa. And then you may yada wasese wasan ehia na ye no e ba beretwe enkomo. Se metimi edi dwumadi edi abrewa na eye dwumako ba akopɛ adaroma enti na metimi edi dwumadi ebro na me kan na eye TAPTAP Send. Me kan for TAPTAP Send ama baby bia wo bia mesrewa se unya and download the TAPTAP Send abomodi akwa App Store, Play Store na download the TAPTAP Send. It's an say ene enumerate I have director for Africa, TAPTAP Send Africa, to join us on this show to address some of the issues that you need clarity on when it comes to TAPTAP Send, and also the directives that came from Bank of Ghana. And then you remain saying, my main call straight up. Na mene ura director Mauto Entry Enkomo. Right after that, I'll also be talking to the state U.S. attorney. She'll be talking all that you need to know about U.S. immigration. Rhoda will join us on this show right after Mauto, and we'll be talking more about U.S. immigration. Yanko na yeni ura Mauto entry enkomo ene enyumre baby bia will be a ura Mauto memoajo ene enyumre emwakwaba edeoba dwumadie so. You are on mute, so if you can unmute yourself. 1 minute, let me try and see. Say, meet me on mute. You are Mauto. Okay, you can unmute yourself now. Right.
Okay.
You can
Then I
talk.
come. Good evening. You get a call.
Very good evening to you. Nyamina dum. Now why?
Naminadum. I am sat in the cold, so it is freezing. Last week I was in Ghana. Today I happen to be somewhere in the deepest, darkest parts of Staffordshire in the Midlands in the UK. So it's very cold. It's very freezing. But good to see you all. And a very good evening to all of you, if you can hear me.
Yeah.
My name is Koko.
Mauto, it looks like we can hear you now. Mauto, I drop it. And you see, Mebo Modiana, ma sign at the Mauto, at the Abro, a beam. The line on I drop it. So dear Unyan and Tiano, and then enumerate all the update that you need to know or you need to hear about TAPTAP Send. Ora Mauto is here to give us clarity on the TAPTAP Send issue with Bank of Ghana. And into Mr. He's here. He's back. Ora Mauto, online drop it.
Yes. Yes, I am. A very good evening to you. I am out there in the open somewhere, so I'm sorry. I'll be back home soon and I'll connect back and we can talk. But a very good evening to you. If you've not met me yet, Medin the Rhoda A-Frimpong, Ghana boy, born and bred. That is military hospital near Wome, long time ago. I lived in Medina Firestone all my life. I went to Presec Legon. But for the last 20 years, I have lived in London, in the UK generally, and I happen to be the growth director for Africa for TAPTAP, and I look after Ghana. So, I come from Peki in the Volta region, so I speak Peki language, but small. But lovely to see all of you and lovely to meet all of you. And I'm glad that you are still turning up every single Thursday. I'm glad that you are still supporting us. I have read comments and countless support messages from a lot of you, and lots of them I've not been able to answer. But everybody contacting us, giving us the support and saying, "Look, TAPTAP Send, we stand with you. TAPTAP Send, we'll wait for you. TAPTAP Send." This is because you guys have loved us and have supported us all this while. And I want to say a very, very big thank you to all of you. We will continue to say thank you. We won't stop because we really, really appreciate everything that you're doing to support us. And we'll keep it going for sure. And I'm coming.
Nice one. Right, wait here. It's an Umre Inti. I won't keep you too long on this call. Utimi Edufi and joining here. We'll be very glad to have you. I can tell, sir, your internet is not that great wherever that you are right now. If ukwa saibra na yen koswani eno entwinkomo. Say best on the 1st of November ena yenyan ntie say Bank of Ghana issue directives be with regards to TAPTAP Send operations to Ghana. TAPTAP Send operations to Ghana. And I'm so Emma. Customers were worried about us, and people started sharing false information about TAPTAP Send. And they wababi do idea na yebabo modiana wetimi ama clarity on this letter Bank of Ghana share with some banks and fintech companies TAPTAP Send any year juma ewo my Ghana mu na ebi mu so nititu eba na wallet ya ene ye ka ho asem ya say bia obi asebi ne sika ewo TAPTAP Send Ghana city wallet ni mu a eno so no obeye ne den ye bomodiana ya sign ede ora koku mauto assign edino abro. I think that we're joining. Alright, Mauto. So what team in can you who responded to this issue with regards to a year, right? With regards to a year Bank of Ghana directives na a buy na fee that was so a
Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know what's happening to my connection. I'm very sorry. But ultimately, no other remittance company has launched a Ghana wallet to Ghana before. So this is new. This is an innovative product that we launched called the wallet. Wallet is available in the UK and in Europe. The wallet is compliant with the laws in the UK and Europe. The wallet is a product that's licensed by the FCA and licensed by the National Bank of Belgium. So it's for the diaspora, it's not for Ghana. Now, normally, if you launch a product that is used in Ghana, you have to get proper approval from the Bank of Ghana to launch it. This is not that kind of product, right? but it allows you to save your money in Ghana cedis on the TAPTAP Send wallet. And when you are ready to send that money, then you send it. So then the touches Ghana. There is some confusion about how that product should work. It's a new thing. It's innovative. Lots of you like it, and lots of you have kept your money there. Your money is safe, and your money is protected in the wallet, totally and fully compliant, like all legit, total compliance with all the laws that are available, and total security and total safety. And we've had no problems with it. Now, Bank of Ghana have a concern with the way we are operating the wallet. We have had to take a step back to analyze the wallet, listen to Bank of Ghana, talk to Bank of Ghana, engage with Bank of Ghana to understand what the concerns are so that we can put that right, because we really want to bring this product to our customers. So we are working on that right now. So when Bank of Ghana has a concern, generally they draw a pause. That's what they've done here. They've said, look, this is not something that we wanted to bring to our market. So we have listened. Immediately, we stopped the wallet. The wallet, if you have money in there, is safe. And we have listened and we have engaged like widely, like across the broad range of spectrum in Bank of Ghana to hopefully put our case across, hopefully talk to them, explain, and come to a point where we can start to resume operations again. So as it stands right now, Bank of Ghana is not happy with our wallet product. We have put it on pause. They have also then suspended our partnership with the local banks and local fintechs in Ghana, which means that we can't actually send your money to Ghana right now. But that's okay, because we are talking to Bank of Ghana to change that right now, and we hope that it will change, and we hope that we'll be back in operation very soon. The rest of our business, TAPTAP Send, has always been good and secure, and as you know, we've been serving you for many, many years with no issues, and we will continue to engage the Bank of Ghana to make sure that the rest of our business, the wider business, is not affected by this one. So as we stand right now, we are pleading for mercy with Bank of Ghana for sure. We are also appealing to you, our customers, to stick with us through this period, because it's a tough period for all of us. And I say, this thing was working fine. We loved it. It was all going great, and then it's come to a complete stop. And we understand it's caused a lot of inconvenience. If you can wait, please wait. If you have to send your money per day, please go back to Western Union and then come back when we are back, because we'll be back soon, definitely. But as it stands right now, please stick with us. Please stand with us. Please support us and wait until we are back. Hopefully, we'll be back before the 8th of December. If not, the day after the election, we are back and we'll be sending your money to Ghana for you. But your money in your wallet is safe, not going to go anywhere. And we will keep it protected for you and keep it safe and sound for you till when we resume sending money back to Ghana. But I'm really grateful for all of you who are supporting us, who are putting comments on lots of online articles, lots of misreporting, lots of different things are being said on the Tinta web as well. But a lot of you are also out there championing our cause and making sure that the real message is being heard. The real message is this is a wallet problem, and we are working with Bank of Ghana to resolve it, and we would work day and night until we resolve it, to make sure that we can serve our customers and to make sure that we can continue to be the best money transfer company that you've ever seen. Nana Kwame.
Right. And you made I don't think say maybe our questions be brave. It's answer customers and also one or two questions. My main fact just any part three questions now for yen twaso na yemfa US attorney emfa embra na yenka US immigration and so ehon asem. And it's my main fact Benis indica Benis mbacho omodia omit yourself na fa a question ebra me feni pa me answer questions are omowo edema uramauto about TAPTAP Send and a year Bank of Ghana suspension and air cosway now for ya 12 Jumadian. So Benis Bacho say Otiminka ye tiu Sabria Benis.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Mammy.
Mpacha yo na mpacha muswe.
Na mi adomini na ye pa.
Mpacha mpese mi hu say money transfer ni nyina
Benis online no article Bacho say Oti and Carbomodiana sign ask your question again because until question no.
Mpacha friend say me wa Canada but me ni wallet ni but me say iska enko. Inti mpese mi hu say eno so eno so I can say I affected ana.
Yes. Yes. Oramoto, Obi Kasa or Canada, and I say US. We need wallet nibi. Na ebani say no so was and this guy enquiry.
Yeah, so when Bank of Ghana issued the suspension, we genuinely thought it was just for the wallet, but no, the suspension applies to everything. So right now, as it stands, you are not able to send money, even though that wasn't what was affected. You are not able to send money at all using.
Oh my goodness!
And they have to work on that.
Yeah, we're definitely working on that, and we are definitely trying to clarify. And we in these situations, we seek mercy, and we humbly plead that there's lots of customers who are relying on us to get their money to Ghana. So we are making that case to Bank of Ghana, and hopefully they will continue to listen to us, which they have been doing, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, Mary and so and to us. Mary Bacho
Bacho. Yo, me pacho me busuafo me chia mo bebre me so me wo USA. America na de tie say na se me send this ka wo sa anti na no pe na me me send this ka bia koma me workers. Afi de me ye am kokra. Anti me reading na just say problem ho. Ti yeso so aye send say de ma me bi sai e be there because he say no e ba sa say djuma wo ye na wa stop no. And it says you to tune em. That's my question. No.
Pacho, it's difficult, Takra, because there's no other way to make it here. To say there, would have to beg you. Best I'll say you would have to find a different way to get your money to your workers for now.
Okay.
But your hope is that every week, we'll try and give you an update. I am positive that this will get resolved.
Okay.
And this is my main focus of all the things I'm doing. This is my main focus, and we are working really hard. Say we will restore it, and if we restore it, we will let you know. We will definitely write to you, and we will let you know. But they say yes, bro. And bear with us.
That's sure.
Okay.
Yeah, fast said and to us said Bacho Yetio.
Okay, Bacho Otemenka.
Yetio Kapa, Kosunabusa question.
Okay, Bacho, yeah, that must pa ye any ajuma TAPTAP send for more bomaya. Me so me wo UK. Na TAPTAP send na use me gidi se enyame nko adanse die bebre wo ho. Me de mama ni gemo services ho create 3 years say odo nse boss wa nipa ne se me nsa aka. Enti say ya no for die bi a otimi send no we na akodu the next week. But I'm say last week and this week you na suspension mpo buy I think. But you na me ko adwuma na me no obi din komo na say o send this ka e ma ne koye e koya na your page bi so platform bi so na sa de ne beto so. And we were like or say my send this ka say see am na go through. And na ho achinyi any idea time it take effect. And I think somewhere buy but name take effect. And amount for send this car. And you find say a case obi very report to say my send this car but yatime but ebia anko. And also is there opportunity for any partner to get the money back and I say visa. Me that's
Ramato, do you want to take that?
I lost that for a minute, so I didn't hear the whole question. Sorry, said Bacho.
Okay.
I didn't hear the whole question.
In a situation whereby Obi ascendi sika, sikano yatino, but I'm just guessing say a ghost transfer who asem and a working. Unipano and sabitimi akani sika na.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then Mr. contact our team, and we would try and get your money back. So your money, I always say this: your money is safe. Your money is never lost. It's either delivered or returned to you. That's always the case with TAPTAP Send. We either deliver your money to the recipient or we'll get it back to you. No matter where your money is, we'll find it. So either say, Mr. stay on this call and talk to one of the team, and we'll try and find a way to resolve it for you, or talk to our customer services team, and we'll try and find a way to resolve it. Your money is never lost. So no matter when you send it, even sending it 3 months ago, not in do what, 2 months ago, then do what, we will still try and find it for you and make sure that it either gets to the person or it's returned to you. So we will definitely do that. And that can happen today, regardless of what's going on.
And secondly, secondly, I think there's a lot of miscommunication around. Move to me, tap send for almost move to me issue communicate because amount for security me who platform be to say yes tap send has been suspended indefinitely. And nipa no o kan we no and or recommend another group biama yen say omumomu no na say there ye use na fan send this kind nti na monso mon issue communicate bi na enko round na amanfo hu say enye sa na asem no tie because enye village aba platform BT say so abeti no creo.
Yeah, so the Matepa, we have tried. There's a lot of noise in the media, and like so much noise you wouldn't believe that. We weren't sure whether one message or two messages will cut through, but they say we are taking some steps to address that. We thought we'll focus on our customers. We've sent emails, we've put things on the app to let people know, but we are taking further steps from this week to put some messages out there to make sure that our customers know. But what our competitors are doing, look, if you are here, good evening, Michelle, all our competitors, they dial into the call and they listen to our show, but what they are doing is not what I would do myself personally, because it'll be done for the but that's what they are doing. So we'll let them do what they are doing. We would continue to trust in our customers, continue to engage in our customers, and continue to put our positive messaging for our customers. So the Arcadia Matepa and the team would continue working to make sure we push out some messages to make sure that even though in the midst of all the noise, we don't get lost in the brouhaha of the plenty noise going on.
All right.
What was the reason why? I think the reason why can one say, but if you can retrace it again, Obi Busa say the reason here Bank of Ghana suspended TAPTAP send transfers to Ghana.
So the reason that Bank of Ghana stated in their communication that they sent to the banks is for the operation of a remittance wallet or a CD wallet. That's the reason stated in the communication that is sent. That wallet is a product that we issued for customers in the UK and Europe. Yes, we raised our hand. We had a wallet product for sure. And that wallet, you can send from that wallet to Ghana. Bank of Ghana is not happy with that because we didn't engage Bank of Ghana when we were launching this because we launched it for UK customers. So we raised our hand and we said there's learnings to be had. So we are now engaging Bank of Ghana and talking to them about it. So as far as we are concerned, it's a legal product, it's compliant with all the laws in the UK and all the laws in Europe. But Bank of Ghana have some issues with them, which we totally understand, and we are working with them to resolve it. That is the reason for the suspension. It's a month suspension. We are serving that month now. We've almost done 1 week. It's almost 1 week, and we are continuing to engage in Bank of Ghana for that.
Right. Mami fa Foster. Make us me funny pami and sense so yabo. Mami funny pami no kan na fi fancy. Foster Mpacho, go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. But my question is say me so many tap aya juma since omobaye up to some rain and tembia ho na me send me sika. Me wo Italy. But wallet ne baaye no me ta save sika ho na ma send eko Ghana nti ebe wura November imu ami me save sika ho na me send bi ko me ofase ne school fees ya ewo mu okoteni college the next one na me be send amano no ana problem we baaye sika na loko nti se kwan be na me fa so a me send this sika so akoma akona train school fees.
But director, I for Emmanuel quickly. Foster, we are very simple. Oko app no so at the bottom right, ube menu. Click on it. Click here. It will be page be amount. Then you click on account. It will open another page. Then account again. The second account, no click here. Bottom part of it. Ube withdraw funds from wallet. Into withdraw funds from wallet. Now with the account details, ashim. Sika now person withdraw from the wallet, no. Udi shame eka hua. Ebe send this sika no ako or bank account. I will send this sika ni free mu into the wallet in the back. Why?
Okay. Okay. Me call account one.
Meba. Said ye be ya. Yen hodi amanfo ewo so ntino. Ye manager owo Italy. Daniel. Daniel Mpacho o call no so Mpacho get in touch with Foster. Na walk him through how obetimi I withdraw nisike wo TAPTAP send Ghana cedi wallet into his bank account. It's very simple. Go to the TAPTAP send account app. At the bottom part, you will menu section be or click on it. Three dot lines be or click on it. Click it so a baby page amount. Daniel Denny number to a chat room on. Pick that number, contact him. He's our manager in Italy. He will definitely assist you for you to be able to withdraw your money from your TAPTAP send wallet into your bank account. A very simple and safe grab. Right, my main last one. Benny's Labi, Benny's Bacho. Yeah, and that's of Benny. Benny's Bacho, or meet yourself and ask your question. Benny's. My main Benny's in chat room.
Pacho, me pesa me de kakra kauni. Am pesa me de kauni se mo ya advert wo Ghana no. Mo fa mo no mo nkyerɛkyerɛ nkrɔfo ase because bebreni omo a omo nim. Em se enra mete wo blogger kokonsa na o kyerɛkyerɛ mu. Enti em se omo ya advert no mo de ma omo no mo kyerɛkyerɛ mu a be ma nkrɔfo atia abekɔ akyire em se kakra am pesa me de kauni no.
Pacho yo that's
Yo, director, yemfa o last words Udija na udu fie na ekwan ba mu na besan ya join here. We will be very grateful pa. Ramato. Hello. Ramato Bajotimika.
I don't know whether it's just me, and I said we've lost Prince. Okay. Yes,
all right. So sorry, I'm getting some feedback here. Obini, it looks like somebody has BA to device. Producer, right.
Hello to all our lovely TAPTAP send customers.
So my last words and my final words are those of you on this call with us, we are grateful for all the work that you are doing to help support us. For all of you who have messaged any of my team directly, and any of us, for those of you who are out there spreading the good word about TAPTAP send, we are very, very grateful. This is a very, very unfortunate event and incident for all of us. We'll work through it together as one family and one team. And I'm just thankful that you're still here. So hold on to your money. If you haven't sent it yet, if you have to send your money, please hold on to your money. Don't send it yet. We can send again in December. And if we get something before December, we will let you know. But we'll be here every Thursday. Please come. Let's be family. Let's talk, and let's together create positive energy to help us get through this period and to come back stronger, better, and bigger than ever before. And I'll be here at the end of the show. If anybody has any questions a bit later, we can pick that up. And I'll come back to you.
Ora Poku Malto, Director for Africa, TAPTAP send. Yeah, that was it. And then I'm still getting the feedback here. So who do if you soon as a point but now join here? Is there more than joining? Right. Sabri Abusha for the dynamic now for a quick commercial break. When I come back, I'll be talking to the US attorney who will be talking to us all that you need to know about US immigration. Thank you.
Today has been very, very educative. Today we've learned a lot concerning immigration and traveling. And there's no yes, you'll be able to understand what exactly you need to do when you want to migrate or travel to any part of the world. And thanks to Lawyer Rhoda for making time, traveling all the way to make sure that this program is a success. And we've learned a lot. So I'm very grateful. And I would like this to happen again and again. Thank you.
I attended this conference with a lot of questions, but the lawyer, the attorney, was very patient. All the questions that I asked, she gave me a solid answers to the questions. And then, the questions were plenty, but she gave all the good answers that I was needed. I'm so grateful for her. But looking at the amount of money that I pay for this program, it's way worth it. So I'm very grateful for that.
I don't know where this is coming from. Producer, if you can try and fix this one. All right. Okay. Yo, Sabri, Ebra, Bidi, Rhoda A-Frimpong, Ebra, Rhoda U.S. Attorney, Sabri, Eban Immigration, U.S. Empire. There is no any other expert with me abua for you to navigate your way through the U.S. immigration. Rhoda Ekoye program Ghana, Accra, and Kumasi na ene obema ye ho update. Ene kra de mesan aka se yem papa Donald Abbey saying na US immigration ohwa ebeko asiafa. Na fi all that you need to know or the nyina be man na mama ho kwan na won so wabusa question. Rhoda, a very good evening and welcome to the show. Nambacho, what to say?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm still adjusting to being back in the States. My Ghana say, hey. I miss Ghana. I'm not going to lie. I miss Ghana.
Nice. Right. Give us a quick summary about who Rhoda A-Frimpong. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, you will be anyone. Then we talk about your event in Ghana. Then we come back. Maybe you were my tips. Uncle Donald, then
Uncle Donald.
You want to hear from you, Rhoda?
Sure. So my name is Rhoda A-Frimpong. I am a Ghanaian. I was born in Ghana. I was born in Tema. I represent Tema very hard. But I left Ghana years ago. I've been going back and forth since I think 2018. I am a U.S. immigration lawyer. I will be officially 8 years as an attorney in 2 days. But I've been doing immigration for close to 10 years this year. I started my own practice about 5 years ago. And so I don't work for anybody. I tell people I work for God. That's my only boss. So my firm's name is called Bethel Law Group. I am based in Massachusetts. I have another office in Connecticut, which is in the United States, and I just launched another office in Ghana last month. So it hasn't been officially publicized yet, but we do have a location in Ghana as well to help people who are in Ghana that need help with U.S. immigration. I handle different cases. So the person who wants to file for their fiance or for their spouse, the person who wants to bring their children, papa. You know, if you want to bring them to the United States, we help you with that. So if you are in the United States and you want to become a U.S. citizen, voting happened 2 weeks ago, and the next election is coming. If you want to be able to vote in the next election, I'm the person that helps you become a naturalized citizen. For people who, let's say, want to come to school, they came here to visit their aunts, but now they decide they want to go to college, they want to get a master's. I'm the person that helps them do a change of status from visitor's visa to student visa. And that's generally what I do. Again, I am Ghanaian. I was born in Ghana, but my tree, and yet that. So I stick to English. I understand tree. If you want to speak in tree, please feel free. Just know that's me. I'll probably speak to you back in English. Okay. So that's it.
I have a friend of mine who fi UK call Ghana. Na said ye o kan o tree brofia nana okokona shop we dey talk say on tree and I'm see and then kwala badie and then I forget no share say o say auntie me to the o kan what.
That's right. It happens. It happens. Yeah. It happens.
All right, let's talk about your event in Ghana. Before your event, you came over, you spoke to us on this show about U.S. immigration and how you are willing to assist Ghanaians who are who are making their plans to travel to the U.S., navigate their way through the application. We want to know the update of that event in Accra and in Kumasi, because the testimonies that we've been getting here on this show is great. Talk to us about the event.
Yeah. Firstly, thank you to TAPTAP, because TAPTAP played a big role in helping a lot of people, come to the program. I know in the beginning the cost was an issue, but TAPTAP came on board and paid for a lot of people to be able to get this information. TAPTAP, God bless you for that. But the program was a success. Originally, my team was planning for a very small program. Kumasi was not on the plan, to be very honest. We were just going to do Accra. But again, TAPTAP's help and the word getting out and the demand came in, so we went to Kumasi as well. The whole point of the program was to give people information, to get you, the information you need before you make the decisions that you need to make. Because, like I said, I've been doing this about 10 years this year, and most of the issues that people go through or the problems that people find themselves in, it's because of things that they put on applications before they came here. And so it wasn't even a coincidence that we went in October, because this past October is where the DB lottery opened. And so I wanted to at least come down and tell people how to do the application correctly, what to put on, what not to put on. Somebody who wants to apply for school maybe next year, what the information that they need, so that when they come to the United States, or, if they go to the visa interview, they know how to conduct themselves. And like you said, the feedback was great. I usually tell people I'm not the best person to ask how was the program, because all I know is I went and I did my talking. Even if only one person came, I would have still done my talking. But by God's grace, we had, I think, close to about 90 people for Accra and close to about 25, 30 people for Kumasi. We were, planning for maybe 40, 50. And by the numbers there, we had a success. A lot of people walked away saying they've learned a lot. Lots of people said that they're going to go back and make amends with their family members, because a lot of times the people here in the States file for their family members in Ghana, but it takes a long time. And the person in Ghana doesn't know that. And so Otina Ghana, he's just thinking, say, okay, what do you ensure? You didn't even file the application. You're lying to me. So when I came down and told people that no, it takes 16 years after the person has filed for you for you to even get approval before you move to the next step, a lot of people were very shocked. They were very shocked. And so after the program in Accra, one gentleman came up to me and said that, he has to go and call his brother in the States and make amends, because he's put it in his mind that, so now that he's come to hear from a U.S. lawyer that, it does take 15, 16 years, that he was really appreciative for that. So overall, it was a success. And again, thank you to TAPTAP, honestly. Thank you.
Right. Cool. We will now move on to few questions, and I'll allow our listeners also to ask their own questions. And they say, "Ubi a making plans of a so to quine eba US either for school or for work." We've been hearing say there is work opportunity. I'll be to work visa. Now they have US. Some agents are advertising online and all over. I want you to talk to us when it comes to traveling to US, either for school, for work, whatever that we need to know this evening. Then I'll allow our viewers to also ask questions about US immigration.
Sure. So from what you're saying, it's true that your statements that there are work opportunities in the United States is true, but it also depends. And what I mean by that is that it depends on the kind of work the person is looking to come and do in the United States. The big thing when it comes to US and working in the United States is your credentials, your experience, and also availability as far as the job that you want to do. So the US government wants to protect jobs for people who live in the United States. They prioritize their US citizens and those who are permanent residents. And see, if there's, a job open for 4 people, they would rather the job goes to 4 US citizens and not 2 US citizens and a permanent resident, rather than taking the job and giving it to a foreign national, because every country wants to prioritize their own people. And so if you are trying to get into a job that there's a high demand for here in the United States, it's unlikely that you'll be successful because you're competing with US citizens and permanent residents. Now, if you're trying to get into a job that's, let's say, really specialized, where a lot of people don't really have the background for, you will be a little bit more successful because no one's applying for that job. Right. So right now, the U.S. government, there's different areas of employments that they see it as there's a shortage, there's a demand. And so even when I was in Ghana, I was telling people that if you're going into, let's say, if you're a nurse, registered nurse, you passed your NCLEX and things of that sort, there are, job opportunities because the U.S. government has determined currently that there's a shortage as far as where registered nurses are concerned. So if that is an area that you're looking to go into, if that's what your job title is, then you will be more successful getting a job in the United States than somebody who wants to come and do something like teach, right? Because maybe there aren't a shortage of teachers right now. The coming to US to work, there's a lot that the employer, the company has to go through before they even come and bring you to come to the United States. There's a slight feedback. I don't know if you can still hear me though.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's say that, I'm looking at a name, it says C, so I'll use C as an example. Say I want to give a job to C to come and work for me here in the United States, right? Before I even give C the opportunity to come, I have to make sure that I, the company, the employer, my firm, makes enough that I can actually pay C the required amounts that he or she's supposed to make. And so I have to contact the Department of Labor. I know when I went to Ghana, they taught me that it's called, I think, Ministry of Labor or something like that in Ghana. But here in the States, they call it the Department of Labor. They have taken the jobs in the United States based off of the credentials and work experience, and they've created, what the average salary or income should be for each job and based on your experience. And so if I want to hire C, and let's say C has 3 years of experience working in customer service. They've worked as, for a lawyer before, and maybe they have their associate's degree. All of that, I have to submit that to the Department of Labor. Department of Labor will get back to me and say, based on C's qualifications, this is how much you're supposed to pay C. You can't pay him or her less than this amount. You can pay them more, but you can't pay them less. So if I see the amounts and it's not something that I'm able to pay as an employer without, my business going bankrupt, then it means that the entire process for C stops, right? But if, let's say, they come back and they say, oh, you only have to pay C $25,000 a year, and me, myself, I was planning on paying C $32,000, then we are fine because I'm able to pay him or her even more. Then the next step is that I now have to put that job on the market, meaning I have to try to actively find someone to take C's job, and it's required by law. So the job has to be put on the market for a few weeks, sometimes a few months, to see if anybody's going to apply. Or even if someone applies, whether that person has the credentials and they're fit for the job. Now, if maybe C is doing prayer and fasting and by God's grace, nobody applies for the job, then good, we move on to the next step. But if somebody applies for that job and the person is qualified, the entire process for C stops. Because the US government is basically would say that, okay, you want to give this job to C. but there's a permanent resident here who fits the qualifications, and they're already here, so we can't allow you to bring this foreigner into the United States. That is usually how the process works for most of the employment-based visas and things like that. It's similar for H-1B as well. H-1B is, let's say a person has at least a bachelor's degree. They want to come to the United States and work maybe as an engineer. Their company will have to go through similar processes to see if they can also bring the person here to the United States. So when it comes to saying, I want to come to America to work, what is it that you want to do? Because if what you want to do, other people are doing it and there's no demand for it and there's no availability for it, it's unlikely that a company is going to want to bring you to the States, because the company has to go through everything I just explained. And the company might say, rather than do that for you, let's just go and take, like Kwabna, who just graduated last year. It's, again, the key thing to remember is if you're looking for a job in the United States, you want a job that either is really specialized, where most people are not qualified for it, or is a job that, unfortunately, most U.S. citizens and permanent residents would not like to do. So it's either the really extreme jobs or the, for lack of a better term, the really, really low jobs. That's where you'll find a better chance of getting approved.
Right. Share the dynamics when it comes to U.S. immigration in terms of change of government. Na Ebinomo feels the Democrats are a bit, towards us, but when it comes to Papa Donald, things will change. What do you think?
So, yes, immigration is directly, U.S. immigration directly correlates with whoever's in office. That one, I will not say it's not a fact. I can't necessarily say that Democrats always means that it's more lenient or that Republicans means that it's more strict. I can't, because this is my bread and butter. I live in this world. And so I know details and facts that most average people don't. For example, and if somebody does a lot of research, you may also know this, that the Democratic president, okay, I mean, I say he's my uncle, but he's not, Barack Obama is known as the deporter in chief, because he deported more people out of the United States than I think almost any president in history. That's a Black African Democratic president, okay? I've also done some research and discovered that in the 2023 year, the Biden administration deported more people than the previous administration did in almost the entire 4 years that he was in office in almost the entire years that Trump was in office. So I'm saying that it does not necessarily mean that if a Republican comes into office that you're going to be deported, and if a Democrat comes into office, you're getting green cards. That's not the case. But yes, whoever is in office usually does affect how immigration is handled. Historically, especially with this current administration, we have seen that they've been more lenient as far as interviews. For example, say, Wawari will be, and the person's filing for you, and you're going to get a green card through the spouse. In the past, it's almost guaranteed that Mobeko interview. No, I don't need to be a prophet to tell you that you'll be going to interview. But in this current administration, the Biden and Harris administration, there was a lot more interview waivers. Does that mean that it's going to necessarily be the case next administration? No. Does it mean they may not be the case? We don't know. Because in a way, some of the things that U.S. immigration does is based on their own individual policies and laws. The president in office their administration does have an effect on it, but the policies that the Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. immigration, that they follow says, for example, if you're filing for your parents, and the officer is reviewing the application, and the officer knows that this and this and this is present, and everything that the officer knows to make a determination using their own mind says that this application deserves an approval, they are not required to call you in for an interview. Those policies are still in place. Those policies will likely still be in place no matter who's in office. And so I can't say for sure that, okay, because the next administration is coming in, that means that everybody's getting interviewed. No, because the policy says not everyone gets an interview. Do you get what I mean? So will things change? Yes. I have studied this incoming administration enough to know that there are plans that he has in place because he has to make good on some promises. He's promised a lot of people a lot of things. And so I don't have any doubts that within the first 100 days that he's in office, a lot of things will come out. A lot of things will be said. A lot of things will be changed. But I cannot say that it will be for the entirety of his administration. Because I know how politics usually works.
Nice one. Talk to us briefly about US lottery. This year, dear, opinion, when is it closing? So we apply the chances near day. I mean, briefly talk to us about that. Then I'll open the phone line. I'll open the floor for people to also ask questions.
Sure. So it's closed. It opened in October. In October, and it closed November 7th. So it closed just a week ago at 12 o'clock. Yeah. So it's currently closed. And so if you applied, I hope that you have your confirmation number, your confirmation information, because that's what you will need to find out whether you were selected or not. They don't call you, and by they I mean the government. No U.S. officer is calling you. They don't email you. They don't mail you. They don't text you, anything. If you've submitted the application, all you have is that confirmation notice that this is your number. It's been submitted, and that's it. That information is what you will use in May when they actually announce the drawings. And again, when it comes time in May and they announce that, the decisions have been made, no one's calling you. If you follow me on social media or any U.S. immigration lawyer on social media, usually by May, we are blasting that, okay, the results have opened, the results have been made, go and check. But you would need the confirmation information to go online to check. If you are selected, it does not necessarily mean that you will get a green card. Because understand that millions of people apply for this process, and it's only 55,000 visas that they have available for everyone who applies. Millions compared to 55,000. And so you being selected and you being able to get a permanent residence is determined by what number you draw. So if you have a high number, let's say, I said 55,000, maybe you have a really, really high number. If the visas that they have available finishes before they get to your turn to do interview, you were selected, Moon, but you won't get a green card. So selection does not guarantee permanent residence. Even if, let's say, you are selected and you make it to interview stage. Say, if you did something in the past, let's say now while you're desperate and you went to Ivory Coast and said that you were Ivorian and got a passport so you can try to go to America to go and study. At that interview, as you're sitting in front of the officer, that thing can come up. And though you were selected, though you paid the fee, and even though you're at the interview, you can still be denied because of something you've done in the past. And so simply applying is not a guarantee. Simply being selected is also not a guarantee that you will actually get the green card. But the main thing I want to emphasize is that they're not going to call you, text you, or email you, or mail you. So if anybody says, okay, I'm calling from the U.S. Immigration Office, you've been selected for DV lottery, please tell them, God bless you, and hang up. That's not what's happening. And the decision comes out in May of next year.
The decision will come up in May next year. Before I take the questions, my main bought a quick video way. After the video, I will pick all the questions that people have got for you this evening. So, producer, you got a quick ad break, and you have all the questions.
Today has been very, very educative. Today we've learned a lot concerning immigration and traveling, and there's no yes. You'll be able to understand what exactly you need to do when you want to migrate or travel to any part of the world. And thanks to Lawyer Rhoda for making time, traveling all the way to make sure that this program is a success. And we've learned a lot. So I'm very grateful. And I would like this to happen again and again. Thank you.
I attended this conference with a lot of questions, but the lawyer, the attorney, was very patient. All the questions that I asked, she gave me a solid answers to the questions. And then, the questions were plenty, but she gave all the good answers that I was needed. And I'm so grateful for her. But looking at the amount of money that I pay for this program, it's way worth it. So I'm very grateful for that.
A very big hello to all our lovely TAPTAP Send customers across the world. We appreciate you and we say a big thank you for supporting us and sticking with us all these years. You are the reason TAPTAP Send is there, and you will know that right now you are not able to use TAPTAP Send to send money to Ghana. The reason is that the Bank of Ghana has suspended our local partnerships with banks and financial institutions in Ghana. That means that we are not able to send your money to Ghana right now. This suspension is to do with the wallet product which we TAPTAP Send launched in the UK and Europe. The wallet product is licensed by the regulators in the UK and Europe. It is legal and is totally compliant with all the regulations. Bank of Ghana, however, have some concerns with the wallet, which we are working really hard to address. So for now, they have suspended our operations in Ghana for up to a month, and we are working to do our very best to reduce that suspension as it stands. I will say though that the wallet product is legal in the UK, like I said. Your money is completely safe and protected by the laws in UK and Europe. So don't worry about your money. If you have money in the wallet, it will still be there when we come back, and it will be safe and secure. This wallet is innovation from us, and we hope that we can resolve this and continue to serve you, the Ghanaian diaspora. What I'll say though is, just like you stuck with us all this time, please stick with us again. Don't send your money through others. Hold the money if you can and send it in December, because we are coming with big promotions, we are coming with big giveaways, and we are coming with good rates to allow you to send money to Ghana and have more money for your loved ones in Ghana. So please stay with us. Your love help us build TAPTAP Send to where it is right now. Your love and your support will continue to help us come back from these issues and continue to build TAPTAP Send. Thank you very much. We love you from all of the Ghana team. Please keep supporting us. We'll be back soon.
TAPTAP Send. Papa no.
Good evening once again and welcome to the show, Time with TAPTAP Send. And with me on the show this evening, number one attorney at US, Rhoda A-Frimpong. And then you want to know about all that you need to know about US immigration. What ne akasa kakra question be a sabri and embra onso betimi ade question no ade aba na we answer ni nyina ade amount. Now one thing I like about her is that na mumayinja yes say no you mumayinja, and then she's going to answer all your questions. So let me pick this one from the chat room coming from Ransford. Ransford said, please, I already processed for asylum 4 months ago. Can I still get married to US citizen whilst the process ongoing?
Yes, you can, but it depends. So it depends on how you entered the United States. Let me try to break this down without making it too complicated. The short answer is you certainly can get married. You're allowed to get married to anybody you want to get married to in America. That's the law. But if you entered the United States, let's say through the border, or you entered with someone else's passports and it's not your own passports, and there's no proof that you Ransford, are the one that was inspected, and there's proof that you were actually allowed into the United States, your marriage to the U.S. citizen won't make a difference for you. You will have to go, if it's Ghana, you'll have to go back to Ghana to complete the process there. So your asylum application won't keep you from getting married. And if you entered, on your own, if you entered with a visa, if you entered with your own passports, maybe you just overstayed and decided to file for asylum, yes, you can get married. And yes, your spouse, if they're a U.S. citizen, can file for you to complete the process here without going overseas. But you would have to show that you entered with your own visa and passport.
If I just saw a question be now, so Busa Rhoda, Oma on Sasso, I was Zoom no so I said the Rhoda can Nichino, a canon, a demano, but what I say, pa, o can Ubusana question with Trimo, Obuano, Pepe, the amount, and Jimmy Sewa, I can why she now got a one teacher, a beharding, and it's all question be a man so Zoom no so me foul now, other question no at the abba. Mamimfa, one more question. Our chat room honum a bantempa na fe minko omonso sasuno. Or say if this is coming from if you already have a case filed with the USCIS, would the coming administration change of laws affect the process?
If you have the VAWA, okay, I think I saw that. So VAWA is Violence Against Women's Acts. Okay, so that is for the person who maybe has been abused by a spouse or a parent. That's what that is. And USCIS is basically the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. So that's the name of our immigration entity. I think UK is, I think Homeland or something like that, Office of Homeland or something. But that's the equivalence that we call it here in the United States. Would the administration change that law? I honestly don't know. But this program has been in existence since 1999, I believe, possibly even earlier. It's been in existence for a long time. And it's been the way it's been for a long time. So I don't anticipate that that's going to be something that this administration will really be focused on or that they're going to change. But I'll use your questions after you say this. So the focus of this incoming administration, and from what they're saying, is not so much people who have status or have a path to permanent residence. The focus of their everything that they're saying in their plans is those who are entering from the border, those who are entering illegally, and those who are more so in immigration courts, those who have criminal history. That's really who the focal points of their plans are. Can it change when they get into office? Possibly, but a lot can change when they get into office. But I don't want people to think that, because I've had people call and tell me that to have permanent residence, I want to apply for citizenship. Is this administration going to stop me from doing that? As we sit here right now, no, the law allows you to do that. So don't be too concerned. Be concerned, Mom, but don't be too concerned that the rules or the laws are going to change because of this administration.
Right. Let me pick a J. Ajay Mpacho, unmute yourself. Nafa a question. Ebra, if you wanna, you better trust on Namafa more questions here. Ajay Mpacho, you are unmuted. Go ahead and answer your question.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. My question will be that how long do you think it would take if I came with F2? My husband was already here, so I came on F2, and right now I have been approved for my H4. And I want to get my EAD, but anytime I Google some of the things, I get overwhelmed because every part of Google is saying different things. So I really want you to talk about how I would be able to get my EAD and also get other things that will help me be on track to get a permanent residency. Thank you.
So I will answer the question as best as I can because it's a very multi-layered question. And usually I tell people whenever I do my lives that if I have a question about your question, it usually means we need to set up a consultation. So on you said you are on F2 and now you're on H4, which tells me that your husband must now be H1B visa holder. Is that correct? Is she still there?
Let me try and unmute her again.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, he's H1B.
H1B, okay. So then you're the dependents of a person who basically is here in the United States on a work visa. You aren't necessarily guaranteed the rights to work as a dependent of a worker, right? And so there's a very, very small exception for H4 visa holders to work, very small. Many people that I speak to are not eligible and they don't fall under that category. Now, if you're talking about your ability to acquire permanent residence, you by yourself as an H4 visa holder right now do not have a path to permanent residence because you're only permitted to be here. Your entire status is premised on your marriage to someone who has lawful status. Do you get what I mean? So it's going to take either your husband getting petitioned for by his employer, And then your husband will be able to add you and the rest of your family to that petition. So then that's how you all will jointly make your way to permanent residence. But by yourself, with the current status that you have, you don't have many options, unless you want to apply for a company who wants to file for an H-1B for you, where you are the main worker, or if you want to, let's say, go to school and then switch from being a dependent of a worker to now becoming an international student yourself. That will give you more opportunities. But as an H-4 visa holder, you don't have as much opportunities as your spouse.
Thank you so much.
All right.
You're welcome.
Let me pick a few more questions here. Matthew Opoku Mbacho, or meet yourself now for a question, bro. Matthew Mbacho, you. Hello, Matthew. Matthew Opoku Mbacho, over to you. Abusa question to say.
Yeah, Nana Ahmedase. Mpaso me pese mbisa lawyer say ukura European citizenship. Possible say obetimi aye adwuma wo US.
No, so citizenship in another country doesn't automatically allow you to work in the United States. You have to have some sort of either work authorization or work visa. If you're working for a company, I'll say in London, and your company has a branch or has has a branch in the United States, and they want to transfer you over, then you may be able to explore some visas that way. But just simply carrying a passport in UK does not give you the right to work in the United States.
Okay. Thank you.
That's Matty. Yanko JB, JB Pacho, go ahead and ask your question, JB.
Good evening, Laura.
Good evening.
Good evening.
But actually, in person, it be lawyer office, no, Ghana, and then put no more, and then Juma, no more.
Great question. So sometimes people need to talk to me on Zoom, because I've had, let me put it this way, I've had clients in Ghana before I opened this office. But oftentimes when I'm talking to my clients in Ghana on Zoom, their line is breaking because we know sadly Ghana's internet is not the best. And so this office allows them to come there. You're not using your own data. You just come there and you're able to use our services to do a virtual meeting. If most often I need my clients to sign documentation, and then they're not able to either access a printer, or sometimes when they're scanning the documents to me, it's not usually clear. So we had someone today, they went over to the office, it's in Accra. You get there, the document I need you to sign is already there waiting for you. The staff tells you what to sign, and then you leave. And then they get the documents to me, and we're able to continue with your case. And so it's there for convenience to allow people to, have data. If they need to talk to me virtually, if they need to drop off documents. If I need a copy of your passport and you don't have a copy machine, you don't have a printer, you can bring it there. When I am in Ghana, that is where I meet my clients. Before I came back to the States, I had about 13 different meetings there. So that's what it's there for. But I physically, the attorney, I do the work, but I do the work from here unless I'm in Ghana. But great question.
Okay, thank you.
Prince, I think Mr. Sorry, go ahead.
If I office, and a war in Accra.
So it's at the Emporium building at the Movenpick Hotel. So I believe it's President's at. I'll post it in the chat. But it's at the Emporium building of the Movenpick Hotel on the 9th floor.
Okay, all right, nice one. Lawyer said you can say oye juma emma eradi as habi eradi abo OBB branches edimawi. Do you also take interns for them to also get some kind of experience? More especially law students.
Yes, I do. Right, most, if not, I think all of the people that I've ever hired in my firm have been young people. Because I remember when I was looking for a job and everyone said, oh, you're smart, but you don't have experience. And it's frustrating. So I intentionally hire people who don't have experience so that we can give them the experience that they need. So yes, we do hire, we do have interns. Currently, we're not accepting interns this year, but check back in a few months. But I was going to say, there's a John Hagan who has been holding his hand up for like 10 minutes. I think he has a question, but he's muted.
All right, John, wait here. Lawyer send me in file. John Hagan, unmute yourself. Unmute you. Ask your question, John. Hello, John.
Yeah,
Go ahead and ask your question.
My need to know.
Okay, it's you.
Okay, my question, my question has been answered already, but I want a further clarification. If you want to make an application to come to US to stay there, as you have a citizenship in other country, can it be possible?
If you want to make an application for citizenship in the United States?
No, you just want to come and live there and work. I have a citizenship of UK. I have a UK passport, but I want to migrate to US. So there's any application you can file for them to approve your case or something like that.
So it's not a direct path and it's not a direct answer. If you're coming to the United States, you're coming generally through different routes, either through family, either through work, or either through some special circumstance like you're seeking refuge and seeking asylum. And so it's not a matter of I'm a citizen of UK, so that should allow me to just come to the United States and work. Because like I said in the beginning, the United States prioritizes and protects its citizens and permanent residents before anybody else. And so they want to make sure that its citizens and permanent residents have a job, are working, before they allow foreign nationals to come into the country and start taking jobs. So yes, you have citizenship in another country. One might say that, then work there. But if you're trying to come to the United States, it's usually through a different path. You can't just apply anyway just to come. The benefits of having UK UK citizenship is you may not require a visa like someone who's coming from Ghana, because the US and UK have a fairly good relationship where there's the program called the Visa Waiver Program that allows UK nationals to come to the United States for no more than 90 days without a visa. You just apply through the ESTA program, you come to the United States, 90 days, and you can go back. You're not permitted to work. You're not permitted to stay more than the 90 days. But to your question about can I just apply for something and come to the United States, you can apply for a job and then go through the employment routes. You can apply if you have a fiance and go through the family routes. But you have to have some connection to the States before you can just simply apply.
Oh, okay. Because I've been there twice, but I tried to register their NI, but they told me no. I came for visit, not for employment. So if I want to stay and work, then I have to apply for employment visa.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, like the H-1B or like the employment base. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Thank you so much.
John.
Oh, my pleasure.
Bomodina, movie call USA, contact lawyer, and she might be able to give you pointers, guidelines.
Okay. All right. If or
the contact details better chat through them, then you pick it up. Why? No contact. All right. Nana, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay.
Nana
Hello.
Bacho, hi, we can hear you now. Go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I am H1B holder. And I am sensitive into baby. I'm going to catch you back and Pacho. Brother,
feel free.
Okay. You were H1B. And me pesa me de me hokani eba. Now, your problem kakra. Before that, me ni be worry. No what's not abroach ha no kakra.
Nana, where the message number a high kwan na friend na money chichimu because some of the chichimu you are ultimate yano but o friend no be yano.
And na me nanka me pese me bisa number ni street but na me full senka oti ya nti so ma me number ndi no na me pe.
The number is in the chat. Yeah, it's right there.
It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I just posted it there. Yeah.
Put it again. Said the encophobic to me are picking it up quickly. Yeah, call Isaac. Nice one. Rhoda, then contact details, email, telephone number, website, BBR, or Instagram. Me who lawyer very active on Instagram. All your questions there. All right, let's move on to Isaac. Isaac, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, hello, thank Isaac. You so much, Nana. Can you hear me, sir?
You are welcome, sir. I can hear you.
Thank you so much.
Ask your question.
Thank you. Sister Rhoda, yeah, that's a brief for education. Me was US. Yeah, my wife was Okuta 10 or 10 as dependents, F2.
Okay.
Me was F1. I am a pastor. Me Master of Divinity program December. I have received my OPT EAD card.
Okay.
Yes. Now my wife, I want to find out as a dependent. Bet me you should 10 number no nya job aye. And now friends, me as a pastor. Is there any way apart from the religious visa? So, religious visa, no, can my wife as a dependent also use religious visa dependent to have employment here in the United States?
Okay, so that's loaded.
Thank you.
So I can try to answer some of it. So no, you cannot work on so 10 is tax identification number. So that everyone knows what that is. Okay. So it does not allow you to work. It's not a social security number. It's not work authorization. It's simply so that for Isaac, when you file for your taxes, you can put your wife on your taxes and there's an identification number associated with her. It's purely for IRS purposes. It's only for the taxes of the United States. That's it. It does not allow her to work. It does not give a work authorization. So that's it as it relates to the TIN, the tax identification number. Now, if you decide to, once you complete your Master of Divinity, which congratulations, that's great, and you want to apply for an R1 visa, yes, your wife as a dependent will be eligible for an R2 visa. That's the dependent. So it's similar to what she probably has now. If you have F1, she has F2. If you become R1, she becomes R2. Unfortunately, the R2 does not generally allow her to work in the United States. She would have to acquire and get her own work visa as well. So dependents of R1 visa holders are not permitted to work. She can study if she wants to. She can go to school on the R2, but she can't work.
Isaac, I will recommend say go into the chat room, pick Rhoda and contact details. Na any for further advice na on for why yenko iPhone 2 bacho or meet yourself na fa a question ebra iPhone 2 Maomi 2. Go ahead and ask your question.
Finally, lawyer. Lawyer bacho. Sorry, I have not success on Instagram. That's my girl.
Hey, girl.
I follow you everywhere, but yeah, quick one. So I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Say, Obi, I applied for my husband Elwareno. Nasa ni social security no. Wakobo ni sana ni social security ni taking longer.
Abina.
Yeah.
Abina Jobuase. Ni husband Elwareno.
Oh, sana mi kasampacho.
Okay, who dey conso? Enye conso.
Okay. No say bia delay na say in the person's case no. Obi man as affidavit of support na ni SSNA delay. What's the best thing the person can do? Do you think says so free USCI is normal expediting the case na say she still has to wait. He or she needs to wait till someone the man like the social security.
I want to make sure I understand. So the person that's getting the green card is married, obviously, to a U.S. citizen. They filed for the application. They've submitted applications, right? But they haven't received their social or their work authorization.
Yeah, and if I couldn't receive any social, but we're getting fingerprints and everything, but it's been like 2 months and by.
Oh, 2 months. Okay. What is you brought up the sponsor, the joint sponsor? What
yeah,
is that?
it's like the person no worrying no. Not meet like the annual income no more penny. They had to take like an affidavit of support. In Tisabia, the social no a delay. In Nipakoni case, no best me free USCIS, and I say like then no best
Okay. So it sounds like the U.S. citizen doesn't make enough. Maybe they're not working enough. And the person who needs the green card is able to work, but they don't have a social. And so they need money. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like ni green card ni crown by only waiting about the fingerprint here.
If he just did the fingerprints 2 months ago, the green card may not come for a while. So what the person can do, they can ask to have, like you said, they can ask to have the work authorization processed at a faster rate, because it sounds like there's an urgency. It sounds like it's a strong case for a request for expedited, because if my spouse who is filing for me is not making enough, and because of that we had to go get a joint sponsor, I can work, I need to work, and so it's a he, right? It's the person who needs the social is a guy.
That's my guy.
Yeah, so he can request to ask USCIS to process the work authorization faster. But if he just did his fingerprints 2 months ago, give us some time. Granted, some of my clients have been getting work authorization after like 4 days after fingerprints. So maybe if he's working with a lawyer, talk to the lawyer to see if the lawyer can contact and see what's going on. But for work authorization, usually 3 months to maybe 5 months, and see. The biometrics like 2 months ago. On try maybe one more month. But if it's really, really urgent, then yeah, you can actually have it expedited. Absolutely.
With the expediting, I just want the evidence can one patrol.
It depends. Sometimes immigration will ask for it. They may ask, like, what's the reason for the urgency? But I think if the person who filed for them isn't making enough, I think that's an urgent situation already.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you on the next platform, wherever that is.
Yeah, you will show Instagram. Bye.
Bye.
What questions, there's a contentment, and I would chase baby. What the question? Call her later on for consultation. All right, let's move on quickly. Let's move on. NCBI, the session, baby. It looks like, Rhoda, we need to bring you back. Jacqueline, unmute yourself now for our question, bro. Jacqueline, unmute yourself now for our question, bro. Yeah. Go ahead and ask your question, Jack.
I was so worried. Me say at the point, hey, I've been here for more than an hour. Am I not going to be called? Lawyer, first of all, let me compliment you.
That's our question.
Let me compliment me. And we are this lady is beautiful. This lady is beautiful.
Wow, thank you.
Your question. Now later on, me floor for consultation. With me about for no name if
there be say bia na wodwene o brother bi a wani da so say do the yankoso
but yo masam na me bisa no bia me won ti make a twi kakra.
Oh sure.
Don't worry, now we obi or your green card holder. Now in the event of our what go through what suffer abuse in the marriage. Now our cry is on the sinking sun, sir. I've heard say you can apply for a VAWA. But people are saying, say, when you apply for a VAWA, if you have been approved, because, say, while overstay or visa, you would have to go to Ghana to get the visa and come back. Is there any way? Sir, waiver no. You bet to me, like that victim, no bet to me, I waive that going to Ghana for the visa with a card holder no. Is there a possible way? I bet to me, I abasosa.
Yes. So if your spouse is a permanent resident and you're going through abuse, you can file for the VAWA on your own. Yes. And yes, you are correct that if the person is has been here unlawfully, they are able. Wait, you said they have to go back? Is that what you said?
I mean, say a victim or filing for VAWA no. So I overstay in a visa. I heard say. They said then they in the VAWA is approved. I also go Ghana and go visa and also back into the US.
No. So VAWA protects and covers. I tell people it covers a multitude of sins. So there are some things that if a person who applies for VAWA has engaged in, the VAWA application will cover that. So no, VAWA waives the unlawful presence components. So if let's say the person is being filed for by a permanent resident and there's no VAWA involved, then yes, and that person has overstayed, that person will have to go back to Ghana to complete the process. But if you're filing under VAWA, which means you are a victim of abuse, then the VAWA application will cover that. So you won't have to.
Okay, thank you. Pachona, one more question. The Nipana of filing for VAWA, TRO, temporary restraining order, continuous restraining order, whichever one. Now at a point, Okoyi free the spouse, and also because no person working out relationship, but it didn't work out again. Can the person still use the OTRO with other evidence to file for the VAWA?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the presence of a temporary restraining order is proof that there was some sort of, abuse, or you were fearful and for some reason. So yeah, you don't have to, the restraining order doesn't have to be active or current for you to file for VAWA. The fact that one existed at all, because for you to file for a restraining order, you have to be fearful of your life in some way or fearful of abuse in some way. So even if it has expired, then yeah, you can still use that as evidence.
Okay. Now, Patricia, how long would it take, like when you file for a VAWA, how long would it take for the individual to get maybe a working authorization, and in total for the person to get a green card?
So that's the part that would take long, because your spouse is a permanent resident. Because they're not a U.S. citizen, you won't be able to file for there's a way that it works, because I don't want to make this complicated. If the person's a U.S. citizen, fairly quickly. You'd get the work authorization fairly quickly. But if the person is a permanent resident, the process is different. So it wouldn't be right away, per se. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll give you a call later on.
Sure. Oh, I will say that the number I'm posting, it's to my office. I'm sitting here right now. You can call and someone will answer. So if you're calling me, you won't reach me at that number, but you call them and they'll.
I know. I'm in New Jersey, but I'll make sure some in Massachusetts. Be Juma.
Sure, feel free. You don't have to drive down, but yeah, that's fine. Please come.
Yeah, I'm happy with you. God bless you.
Oh, God bless you too.
You, I'm for Miss Cremwa Monte Asie and Mammy. Me wo America crab in the Rhoda Atina officer check as a Utimiko fee na Okobo and Quine Emma Nikunu. Inti Miss Remwa Oba, Mema one question na what me further questions are Bomodena any Rhoda and booking appointment with her office na on with your further questions now one Yanko na Yemfa a Florence, please go ahead and ask your question. One question. Florence, you.
All right. Actually, my question is not a loss. I'm a nurse. I know the other guy who came to ask about that is a British spare. If you want to go to US and go and work, I'm a nurse. I'm thinking of going. I'm tired of UK. I want to go back to US to go and really do a work. So I know with the EU citizen, you can also go in for 3 months. You have to come about. If I really want to go, and I've got a child, and with my man who also have a UK passport, but my son has a EU citizen, which way will I be able to go and not come back, like for the 3 months, not to come and go in again, but to go and work as a nurse over there? If I haven't stayed there before, is it something I can just go in to work straight away as a nurse there?
No. So you can't just enter and start working. If you want to be able to stay in the United States more than the 3 months that you're permitted to under the UK and the visa waiver program, you'd have to apply for a conventional visa, because a regular visa would allow you to stay 6 months. But even that, you would have to return after. But you aren't permitted to just come and work. There is a company, a friend of mine that has a company that he works with nurses and people in the medical and healthcare field and connects them with some of his partner companies, which are hospitals and clinics that are experiencing shortages. So I will connect with him and actually, I think I have his information. If you can bear with me 1 second, I can try to send his information into the chat. Because I know they work with the company's called Aspire, Aspire. His last name is also Frimpong, not related to me. But he has a company where he helps individuals, especially nurses and those in the medical field, get positions and get work here in the United States as a nurse. So I will send that. Yes, I'll send the email address here so you can send them over your resume, and then they can work with you and see how best they can help you come to the United States as a nurse.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
You're very welcome.
Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please go ahead and ask a question. Emmanuel, please go ahead and ask.
Lawyer, we did medication for the MIA. But my question is, you were going to mess me cambo for a go from BTB. My question is, maybe Bahama made the B1, come the buyer. By Napopado, we do your yoga stay. But many are about our remit. Which my file for both green card and then work permit. The work permit number best 6 months ago, nearly the year tomorrow. But on this evidence, I made evidence about 5 months ago. Since then, I'm going to be evidence.
So it's two things. Usually, if they ask for evidence, they have questions about the marriage, right? Did you work on the case yourself, or did you have a lawyer?
No.
Okay. I wouldn't recommend that in the next administration.
Evidence will be said to tax transcript.
Oh, okay. If all they're asking for is taxes, then yeah, see, let me explain this way. So let's say that this is a file, right? I don't know if you can see the phone. Okay. And this is another file. So when your case comes, the officer takes it, they're working on it. When they realize that something is missing, they put it to the side and they send you a request for evidence. The request for evidence usually gives you either 30 days to 87 days to get the documents that they need back. So the officer will leave that there to either 87 days comes up or until you send the response back. Now, once the response comes back, the officer may not go right back to pick up your file. And so you could be waiting for the officer to go back to your case and finish evaluating. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
To go back to finish evaluating your case to make a decision. What I would suggest, you said it's been 5 months? Let's see. I don't know if he's still here. But if you can hear me, if you're able to contact them to let them know that you submitted your response back 5 months ago and you haven't heard anything back, I would do that just to see what's going on with the case. But also keep in mind that sometimes they may do investigations to see if the marriage is genuine. There may be 2 reasons why it's taking a long time. But if you're saying they're only asking you for the tax documents, then it's probably just a matter of the officer hasn't gotten back to your case yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Seth, please go ahead and ask your question. Briefly, one question.
All right. Madam Rhoda, we simple. Is it possible to apply for de-relotry with a spouse who is living in a different country as you? We are all Ghanaians, but I live in the United Kingdom and she is currently in Ghana. Is it possible to do that?
Yes. Who filed? Did you both submit an application?
I did, and she also did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So in that case, how will you attend interviews separately or what?
Well, it depends on who gets drawn, who gets selected. So if your wife gets selected, then you presumably would have to go to Ghana because then in that situation, you didn't get selected. You are the dependents of the one that was selected. So that person's case, if it's being adjudicated or being processed at the embassy in Ghana, that's where the case is going to be.
So if I get selected, she will also have to come here for.
Likely not. What is your status in, if I may ask? Your camera's on. So go ahead.
I'm a skilled worker. I'm on a skilled worker visa here. A healthcare worker. So I'm currently on 5 years working visa here.
Okay. So yeah, so your wife would be able to do her process back in.
No. On say mami can please. Anyoma binti. Me no obi for na buy nti e ho ne dey.
and your manoma binti Farod and the contact is not friend. What did I say?
Yeah, thank you.
It mean can your manoma binti waha. Mitwasi pa, but answer you protect you. Why? Yemfa blessing, Elfa, blessing, Pacho Yetu. Hello, blessing. Bless Bentel, Pacho Yetu.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yes. Okay, all right, maybe. Oh, shit.
When you're ready, my Yemfa for and Twasso. SB, Pacho, or meet yourself now, Yetu. SB.
Pastor Tameka.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Yeah, so I do have a friend like Waba over US for some time now. She's a citizen. Wafalia money husband and a daughter years back. And on my interview a year ago. So I think something to administrative records or something. I'm demanding for more documents. But she was thinking, say, from USCIS to NVC, is a continuation of case into demanded DNA for which they submitted long ago, like 5 years ago. In your core interview a year ago, demanded and no dream say NVC ever forwarded to USA counselor. Into or train say forward so she was worried, said the internal interview a year ago, now still processing or visa. So if lawyer can kindly help and then clarify maybe certain things that maybe cause the delay of the visa processing.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I understand. So the person who's getting the visa is in Ghana.
Yes.
Her husband is in the United States. Filed it here. It got approved and went to NVC. NVC did everything they needed to do. The person went for an interview in Ghana.
Yes, the woman is in US and the husband and the daughter, they are in Ghana. So they went for the interview in Ghana.
Okay.
But or submitted documents, DNA between the mother and the daughter to NVC, any USCIS. Into a co-interview, Musan requested the same DNA. She was thinking that it's a continuation of case. So NVC will probably forward it to Ghana Embassy. It's in a year.
So the case is not necessarily a continuation. And what I mean by that is that there's USCIS, which has jurisdiction of cases that are applied for here, filed for here. Once a case is approved here, it's done. It's essentially no longer in the jurisdiction of USCIS. If she was even to tell her husband to call USCIS, they will tell him that the case is no longer with us. It's in the jurisdiction of the U.S. Embassy in Ghana. They're the ones controlling, and their rules are the ones that govern this case. So Department of State and USCIS, they're all part of the same body, the same government, but they operate in two different ways. They have two separate sets of laws, truth be told. So it sounds like her case is in administrative processing. She probably has a 221G notice. That can take some time. It's not uncommon for it to take a year. A year is a long time. I would definitely say that she needs to follow up and inquire about what's going on. Simply submitting DNA to USCIS does not necessarily mean that the embassy will not require it as well. It's if you ask her, she'll tell you that her husband probably submitted her birth certificates and her marriage certificate to USCIS when it got approved. But she still has to submit it to NBC again.
Of course, right.
Right. And then when she goes for the interview, she still had to bring it to the embassy again.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, because though they are all part of one, they're going to keep asking for the same documentation. So simply giving documents to one leg of the body does not necessarily mean that it will translate automatically to the other. They do have access to it, I'll say that. So if you give them a birth certificate to USCIS and then you get to the interview, you have a different birth certificate, they will find out that it's not the same thing, but they'll still require you to bring it at each step. I would suggest that she should follow up because 1 year is long. She should contact send an email to the US Embassy in Ghana and follow up and see what's going on.
Okay, so if I do understand, meaning that would have been the cause of this delay in processing of the visa, right?
Oh, I can't say for sure that the DNA is the reason because it sounds like the DNA was between mother and daughter.
Right.
But the visa application sounds like it's based on the marriage between the woman and the man.
Yeah, they requested for the marriage certificate, for which it was also provided. So
yeah, then I don't know specifically what the reason could be. Various reasons. Either the woman herself may have done something in the past, it's now coming up in the system. There could be a lot of reasons why a case can go into admin processing.
All right.
A lot of different reasons.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's it. I was for me, Breno. I've got only about 10 minutes to go into Mr. Oba. Manonye a bit snappy. Na yemfa omwakano into me and twaso. Yemfa Loso, please go ahead and ask your question. Unmute yourself, Loso. All right, let's move on. Dr. Kwame Radio. Doc, Bacho, go ahead and answer your question. Hello, Doc? Doc, I'm going to unmute you here, so don't mute yourself. Unmute. You can go ahead and answer your question. Doc.
Yeah, I do appreciate the opportunity. So my question is, lawyer, we have some guys here, a couple of guys who have come here on a student visa for graduate studies, masters, PhDs, and other doctoral programs. Is there any pathway for them to obtain a permanent residency?
Depends. So two things. They either can seek an employer to give them a job offer and go through the employment-based route, or if they are eligible and they qualify, they could go through the national interest waiver, which is an EB-2 filing, where they have to show the U.S. government that it's of national benefits to the U.S. economy or to the U.S. government in some way to waive the job offer requirements, and that they themselves are going to benefit the government, benefit the economy. They have the skill sets, they have the experience to advance, a business idea. So it's a really in-depth concept. I can't go into too much detail of it right now. But if they have the basic requirements, and they can explore the EB-2 national interest waiver. If they don't have that, and they, depending on what their background or their skill set is, if they're able to get a job offer here in the United States, an employer could potentially get them an H-1B work visa or go through the entire employment-based green card path.
All right, great. I appreciate it. And if I'm allowed, our friends, I do work with a big organization here. We hire nurses all over the world. So those folks are folks in the UK. If I'm allowed, I can post a link in the chat so they can look into it. If they qualify, that they can be hired from the UK.
At the moment, send the link to me directly. Let's talk, and if everything is okay, approved by my team, we will post it for you. But not now. You can't post it now.
Is there any way I can reply to the email that you guys sent?
You can work with lawyer as well. Contact her email. They will be able to do the due diligence, and if they think they will be able to work with you, they will be more than happy to work with you. Even if you send to me, it will not be of any use because me lawyer mean to me more will be.
Understood.
I just
wanted to help, but it's okay. Yeah.
No. I'm saying that collaborate with lawyer because I haven't done the due diligence of your company, so I can't allow you to post it right now on my platform.
I understood, but it's not my company. I just wanted to help the folks, but it's fine.
Yeah, but then again, I'm saying that I cannot allow you to post it now. We need to do our work, verify who this company is before we'll be able to allow you to post it on their platform.
Understood.
We appreciate the help. We appreciate the help, but we also need to do our work before we'll be able to allow you to post it. Thank you for your understanding. Lawyer, this one is also saying if you have kids here in America and you the mother does not have your papers yet, is there any program that can help you qualify for legal residency in America?
Unfortunately, no. The only path, again, just based off of what you're saying, the only path that I can see is when the child becomes a U.S. citizen at the age of 21, that child can then file for the undocumented mother. But as far as a program to allow a parent who has U.S. citizen children to acquire permanent residence, there's currently no such program.
Okay. Jerry, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. What I want to ask is that my daughter is in a relationship with a U.S. citizen, and then the guy has joined the Navy. It's been about 6 months now or so. So yeah, she's trying to get a visa to join him, but we don't know the best option, whether to apply as a fiancé visa or the guy should come down to marry her. So I've been thinking about it. So I don't know what to get the advice on.
It's an in-depth question, but what I'll say is it depends on where they want to get married. If your daughter wants to get married in the United States and stand in front of the Statue of Liberty, then yes, they can do the fiancé visa. If your daughter doesn't care where she gets married and, her fiancé is able to come to Ghana for them to get married there, then you can do the marriage route. It depends on cost. It depends on what the plan is for the couple. What I can say is that fiancé visa takes about the same amount of time as the spouse visa. But the thing is that once you go through the entire process and she gets a visa and comes to the United States, if she enters as a fiancé, the process still continues. She still has to get married here, file for the green card here, wait and pay more fees here. So right now, for most people, I just suggest if you're able to get married to the person, it's usually better because you'll go through the same process anyway. And when you get here, if you apply through the spousal, once you get here, you're technically done with the process. But it all depends on what the couple wants to do.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Rhoda, I want to find out, sir, U.S. immigration rules, does it accept proxy marriage?
The U.S. recognizes marriage based on where it occurred. So if the country that it occurred in recognizes proxy marriages, then yeah. But if not, then no.
Okay. All right. Ma yemfa Emmanuel and twaso na yaba Nana Brago ehonomo. Emmanuel, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, yes, thank you for the opportunity. I actually want to ask, how do I apply for a visa? Like, I have a fiancé over there in the US, and I'm currently in Nigeria. So which visa is the best for me to apply? Because when I get over there, I would love to start working.
So your question is similar to the last person. If your fiance wants to come to Nigeria to get married, then the spousal visa will allow you to come to the United States. I won't say you'll start working the next day, but once you go through the entire process and you enter the United States, you usually would get your green card within about 3 weeks, to most maybe a month and a half, and then you'd be able to start working. But if you go through the fiance route, you'll come here, you may be able to apply for work permits, but it'll take some time. So it all depends on, again, you and your fiance's decision. But I also say this, because I meant to say this with the last question. Understand that traditional marriages, customary marriages, are considered marriages, in U.S. So if you do a customary marriage or traditional marriage in your country, and that's technically not your fiance anymore, that's now your spouse. So you wouldn't be eligible for a fiance visa at that point.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Right. Let's pick Nana Brago. Nana Brago, please go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you.
Do I know you?
I don't think so.
Oh, your name looks familiar, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we do know each other. But wanted to ask about adoption. So I'm looking to adopt a family member. She's about 13, and both parents are still alive, so she's not an orphan. Wanted to know if that is possible, and if so, is the process lengthy and complicated?
Yes, that's the short answer. Yes, it is possible. It is lengthy, complicated. I guess it's subjective. One, if the parents are still alive, they would be forfeiting their rights. And presuming this child is in Ghana, and Ghana is part of the Hague Convention, yeah, the process is different. You would have to acquire legal either guardianship or legal custody of this child through a court system in Ghana. You would have to demonstrate that you've had this child either, in your legal custody for 2 years and in your physical custody for 2 years. And the 2 years physical custody doesn't have to be consecutive. It could be, 3, 4, 5 months here, put together 2 years. That's just the first part. Before you then go on to the second part, which usually will require a home study by a U.S. Agency to ensure that, you're fit to parent, you have the necessary resources, your home is safe and all of that. Before you can go ahead and petition for this child as your child. But keep in mind that once you are successful in adopting this child and they now become your child, the child cannot turn around tomorrow and file for his or her biological parents. That tie that legally is severed.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right. Yenfa, your last one, Ewa Hanamo. Loso, please go ahead and ask your question. Loso.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, awesome. Thank you. So, I'm currently a permanent resident, been a permanent resident for some time. But back in 2022, the fall of 2022, I passed my citizenship test. There's been no requirements from USCIS. I've reached out a number of times in between then and now to find out, because then at the time they didn't have the on-site oath swearing because of COVID. Any advice from your end as to what I should do? They've not asked for any more documents. Online it says my case is still under review, but I've heard nothing back.
2022?
Yeah, that's September 2022 is when I passed my citizenship test.
Yeah, you gotta sue the government. That's wow. No, when you say you passed, did you get a document from them after your interview that says we recommend you for naturalization?
I didn't receive a document, so everything was done on like the iPads because of like the whole distant thing.
Yeah.
The officer wasn't on site.
Right.
But I didn't receive verbally. He said he was going to recommend me for citizenship, but that's basically it.
Yeah, so something fell through the cracks here. Your interviews in 2022 and the officer was not on site. Okay, that makes sense. But you still should have, usually, because I've been to interviews like that, they usually will print something out for you because you need that documentation to show that you truly were recommended for naturalization. So if you don't have any documentation showing that you were approved and that you passed, it'll be difficult for you to argue that, you indeed passed. But all the same, if your interview is 2022 and we're now 2024, one, you can sue the government because that's a long time. But two, definitely follow up and figure out what's going on.
I followed up.
Sending a request.
I followed up a number of times, and apparently there's a process, and after a certain number, they have to recommend a level 2 officer to get in touch with me, and no one has been in touch.
Okay, so that's right. So then you weren't necessarily approved. There's inquiries. There's something going on with your case.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like they're likely looking into whether you should have even had a green card to begin with, because before a person can become a naturalized citizen, they go and look into your records, they look into your file to see, were you even supposed to get a permanent resident card? And if they realize that there's any discrepancy there, then they'll deny the citizenship and then sometimes even revoke the green card. So one, I would say contact a lawyer, either myself or a legitimate immigration lawyer, and find out what's going on, because 2 years is a long time.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll reach out to you offline. Appreciate it.
I posted it right there. My pleasure.
Awesome. Rhoda, time will not permit me to pick further questions. I would like you to give us your conclusion. Then we will definitely arrange with you, if possibly next week, to bring you back. If not, I know how tight you are.
Next week.
We'll try and bring you back again so that you can answer and go for questions are almost your conclusion, your contact details, how people can book an appointment to have a chat with your office, and how your office can assist folks to get their applications approved and get their visas and come and enjoy life in America.
Jackpot. All right. So firstly, thank you again. Thank you. Yes, you can certainly contact my office. I tell people that you will be calling my staff and not me directly, but they work for me. They're an extension of me. So if they're asking you questions, it's because I need to know the answers to those questions. And so try to be as accommodating. If you are not comfortable in English, just still call. Let them know that you want to speak Tree, and we'll have someone contact you back later who will help you with scheduling an appointment. I work by appointment, and so if you call, they'll tell you my availability. You tell them yours. You schedule a time, and then I will either call you, whether it's by phone, video, or if you are within Massachusetts or Connecticut, we can do an in-person meeting. I represent people throughout the world at this point. It's not even just the country. As long as it's U.S. immigration law, I can assist you with it. I can help you with the paperwork, answer your questions, or what have you. I don't dish out green cards, but I work hard to help people get green cards and citizenships. Like I said in the beginning, I work for God. So God does his thing and I do my thing, and we see how it plays out. I'm here again to make sure that people have the truth and accurate information. A lot of what I'm telling people now is that I don't know what it's going to look like in 3 months. I don't know what immigration is going to look like in 3 months. Right now, people are getting interview waivers. You go, you get married, you're sitting home 6 weeks later, boom, green card. I can't say that's going to be the case going forward, but what I can say is that this country is a country of laws. And so I think we were told that his name is Uncle Donald. He's coming, yes, but we have survived him, a few years ago. We will do the same with, the next administration. As long as you have permanent, status, or you have a path to lawful status, please, you are okay. Again, the focus of the individuals that his administration is prioritizing, are those who are coming in through the border, those who are undocumented and have committed crimes. I know we've heard things like mass deportation is coming. This is not something, deportation is not foreign. It's been happening. And in as much as he wants to send everybody out at the same time, his administration will tell him that he cannot. You have to prioritize who's going to go out. And so if you know that maybe you've been here, you've been laying low under the radar, you haven't committed any crimes, you're probably not the person that they're going to come and take out, because they need to spend at least $11,000 to take one person out of the country. If there's a person who's maybe in trial and has committed a crime and, entered, without inspection, came through the border, that person's probably going to be priority over you. So rest assured, and let's just keep praying and see what God will do. But we will survive this administration. We certainly will. We will. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhoda, and we will do our possible best to bring you back again for us to continue this discussion. Yami onshira ewo nyame adwuma oye. Yami shabebre. Amen. Yeah, that's Amen. So nyabre me ebekasai. Yami shabebre. All right, bye-bye. I was here for, but Rhoda, before you go, the questions be our chat room honoma meant me I'm picking in. If you can spend maybe some 5 minutes to respond to some of those questions for me, I'll be very grateful in the chat room. Thank you very much. Sabri, before we will bring this show to an end, come again. All right.
I said no problem.
Thank you very much. Before we bring this show to an end, I'll bring back Ora Koku Mauto, Director for Africa TAPTAP Send. Na TAPTAP Send questions are number one will respond and as well be closely this show especially with regards to the Bank of Ghana directives are now circulating in the air. And I say the news that you've heard about TAPTAP Send or may clarify Nyoma MI no closely show no MI. Name before say Director Bebano OT Media TV yawo WhatsApp platform most of the time no update and go for so an intimacy was any own joining bomodia na joining MIA anytime be a show be no the update at top platform no so to remind us na yet me joining show it is a own joining OT Media platform WhatsApp community na bomodia click on the link and join it for us na abrini na you get update from us for all our up and coming shows. Yo Sabri minko back to Orakoku Mauto ehonomo na onye enkasani fashoyi embra ewi. Ora Mauto onoma yetio.
But I mean
I'm going to repeat what I said again, because if you didn't hear it before, my name is Okumalto Abraham. I lead the TAPTAP Send Africa team. I'm a Ghana boy, true and true, born and bred. And the truth of the matter is, right now, you are not able to send money through TAPTAP Send to Ghana because Bank of Ghana suspended our partnership with local banks and fintechs. The reason being, we launched an innovative new product called the wallet only in Europe and in UK, which Bank of Ghana has some concerns with. So they've stated that the wallet is not something they're happy with, and they want us to talk about it. So we are engaging to clarify and to make sure they understand what the wallet product is. The wallet is compliant and legal in the UK and in Europe, and your money is totally safe and completely safe and will be there when we come back. You can take your money back to your wallet, you can keep it there, you can hold it until you are ready to send the remittance to Ghana. But your money is safe. That's the main important thing. Your money is safe. We're keeping your money safe. TAPTAP Send has always obeyed all laws and all regulations, and we will continue to do so. And we love the fact that you've been supporting us through this time. You've been sending messages of support. You've been standing with TAPTAP Send, and you've been with us all through this journey. We are very sorry for this inconvenience, for sure. It's not what we all wanted. It's not, because when you launch new products, you don't want this to happen. And especially when the product is not as big as your main product. The trouble is, this wallet product has affected everything. So they say, the whole business has come down, and we would have to hold on for you to send your money. The suspension is for 1 month, so it will expire on the 8th of December. But we are working with Bank of Ghana to see if that can be reduced. And we are hearing some positive signs. So we will continue to engage, and we'll continue to bring you updates as we go along. Right now, if you have to send money, I would say hold on to it if you can. Tell the people in Ghana TAPTAP Send has problems. Small problems are salty. So they should wait, and the money will come in December. If you can do that, that'll be fantastic. If you can't wait, then I'll say you may have to find some other means. I'll go back to the old school ways of sending money if you have to, because TAPTAP Send will be back. I don't want you to go and get used to anybody else. So stick with us, support us through this period, stand with TAPTAP Send, support TAPTAP Send, and wait for TAPTAP Send, because you are the reason that TAPTAP Send is big enough for our friends in Ghana to be worried about how big we are getting, and our friends in Ghana to be worried about the different things that we are doing. So big thank you. Please stand with us. Please stick with us, continue to support us, and continue to spread positive energy about TAPTAP Send to the world, to all your friends, to all your loved ones, and don't listen to all the noise. That's all I'll say when I come in. So a big thank you to you, our customers. If you're still on here and you're still listening, then a big thank you from me and the Ghana team to you. And we'll definitely be back stronger, better, with prizes and offers and giveaways for December. Thank you very much.
Yo, Orakoku Malto, Evedasi, and enumerate our clarification, our day I bring, and all the updates. So our day I bring a feed TAPTAP Send as well. Me say, customers, any ebusian for or more call you soon. Over this message, now more they are call akoma ebusian for said the beya, the uncle for kikan in Nimuno, Nina, Ebitimi, Ama Yina, Akoma, Toyen, near whom said TAPTAP Send, enche, acha, first of a year. December, the TAPTAP Send will be back and also continue to provide you with efficient money transfer service. The trusted money transfer company, a secured way of sending money to Ghana. Mwakoswana money aye juma. The enso ya boa mona mudi musika akobua abusuan for bro nyebe. Emu it will be kasi amamu holiday. Yen share that mamu holiday biasa. Yebeba. Yebeba na mwetimi asend zika akobua abusuan for. Yeda masepa asa mokoswa eji TAPTAP Send edi mokoswa edi echi. Yame ayadoma ebesan aba besumu. Yame insham obibia. Ahanomo ene brebe ho kwan ene dwumadie yedimo ebesie. Se nyame amba ne yeda so yete ase a ochina ask the lawyer dwumadie me de bebro from 8 to 9 UK time, 8 to 9. Now, maybe another gentleman and so beka about cyber security, cyber security, and also no or China Nyame Yaduma Jumadi. So have a very expert in cyber security. Or Kasa on cyber security or China in Timpacho. Mede ask the lawyer Jumede, lawyer wisdom from Wiseman Solicitors Bebro, and I'm an expert in IT. You'll be talking to us on cyber security. Join us tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. US time, and 9 p.m. Central Europe time. Mede Nina Ebebro. Mede Ene Nana Kwame. Jumedi no air time TAPTAP say. Name Ochina. Yeah, they ask the lawyer Jumedi Ebebro. We'll be talking more about UK immigration. And then you can US immigration or China, you can UK immigration. And also we'll be talking about cyber security. And if you are interested in, getting into the IT space when it comes to cyber security, join us tomorrow on Yenuano about any about enkomo. Medasepa, Yami Inshamo, Mediaseda Kese, and so at the TAPTAP Sen, and me producer, Ora Benahin. Ben, Medase, and then you may say, Wabuame, Amamiti Minijumedi, a day, a bread, a Tiafonina. Sansuna, my executive producer, Unim Neho, Medasepa, Yamishra, Yakram.
A class, we patch out, we did this over here. Tima and to TAPTAP for my situation I'm a kuno. And yes, I know you pay. I give this a set biano, mobile firm through. Na Bibia Bay Boko. Now, so yeah, customers need the idea. In fact, and yeah, the idea, but Mama, a holiday. Into your bedroom for this 1 month holiday, Amodia Maye. It's as a Yasumaju and Kakra. The excuse will be fra. They can't say TAPTAP for problem. So to say problem no best sort in a 8 minutes and DBM and the other one for the holiday. Even though say the pay and abano. Entity 1 and 2 more. But situation be a mukubiano. Yeah, transfer mobile na yasa to a jumaso say this no. I start with TAPTAP. Thank you.
TAPTAP send. Papa no.
A very big hello to all our lovely TAPTAP Send customers across the world. We appreciate you and we say a big thank you for supporting us and sticking with us all these years. You are the reason TAPTAP Send is there, and you will know that right now you are not able to use TAPTAP Send to send money to Ghana. The reason is that the Bank of Ghana has suspended our local partnerships with banks and financial institutions in Ghana. That means that we are not able to send your money to Ghana right now. This suspension is to do with the wallet product which we TAPTAP Send launched in the UK and Europe. The wallet product is licensed by the regulators in the UK and Europe. It is legal and is totally compliant with all the regulations. Bank of Ghana, however, have some concerns with the wallet, which we are working really hard to address. So for now, they have suspended our operations in Ghana for up to a month, and we are working to do our very best to reduce that suspension as it stands. I will say though that the wallet product is legal in the UK, like I said. Your money is completely safe and protected by the laws in UK and Europe. So don't worry about your money. If you have money in the wallet, it will still be there when we come back, and it will be safe and secure. This wallet is innovation from us, and we hope that we can resolve this and continue to serve you, the Ghanaian diaspora. What I'll say though is, just like you stuck with us all this time, please stick with us again. Don't send your money through others. Hold the money if you can, and send it in December, because we are coming with big promotions, we are coming with big giveaways, and we are coming with good rates to allow you to send money to Ghana and have more money for your loved ones in Ghana. So please stay with us. Your love help us build TAPTAP Send to where it is right now. Your love and your support will continue to help us come back from these issues and continue to build TAPTAP Send. Thank you very much. We love you from all of the Ghana team. Please keep supporting us. We'll be back soon.
TAPTAP Send. Papa no.